Hello everyone and welcome to Smash Chat. Today we have WiiDude83.
What's up?
And the Chaos Key.
Hello everybody.
And now we're finally going over the Smash Direct that happened back on August 8th. I've had a lot of technical problems on my end. I'm sorry it's taken this long. But we're finally doing this. And we've got a lot to cover.
Admittingly, I thought, okay, going into this Direct, I thought we were going to get a new character, an Echo, and then they were going to go over the game modes, but we got a lot more than that, and all in 20 minutes, surprisingly.
That was pretty much what I was expecting. It was like just maybe at least one character, one Echo, maybe two Echoes, and that was it for characters.
Yeah, I'm in the exact same boat. One character, one Echo, and then there was that one leak I saw from that Source Gaming mentioned on their live podcast or on their live stream, like the night before it happened. Not just the music leak, but like the direct leak in general. And I was so thankful it was wrong. I believed it was going to be right because it looked so disappointing that it had to be true. So thank God it's wrong.
See, as soon as I heard that there was a music leak, I was immediately blackout off the internet until the Direct. At that point, like, okay, I'm not getting spoiled at all. I don't want to know who it is. And
unfortunately, I figured out what it was. I saw what had happened, and okay.
I mean, at that point, I didn't want to know, but once I skipped by just to see what the name was, I was like, oh, okay, it's for the character that's kind of already leaked anyway, so I'm not too surprised by this. So that's what they start off with, the character announcement. We got Castlevania!
So, I'm assuming, for CJ, you got spoiled on Simon of, like, who it was beforehand. For ChaosKey, I'm curious, when in the trailer did you figure out it was Castlevania?
The castle.
Same.
It was around the time where I saw Simon's boot and the giant door into the castle. I was like, oh, is this what I think it is? And it pretty much after the Mummy and especially the Medusa head, I was like, Castlevania. It's absolutely Castlevania. I did not think we were going to get a third-party rep in this Direct. I thought that would be safe for way later down, honestly.
I think I finally cracked the code of who's going to die in these videos. Because poor Luigi over there, he didn't stand a chance.
I love that it was like for Inklings went to hell basically at the beginning of their trailer. Mario and Mega Man got implied killed. No, Luigi just straight up died in that trailer. There's no joking around it. He's just dead.
I was sitting there watching it, and it was like, wait, did he just actually die?
I know. I'm just laughing at every time they do it. It's like, because you know they never would. This is the only time you could show their characters actually dying. I love
it's basically progressed from Mega Man trying to kill all of them to no, they just straight up die.
Yeah. I think the code is, it depends on where the setting is. Because if you don't belong in that setting, you're gonna die.
Exactly.
They're in the Metroid world. Mega Man and Mario, dead. You're in Castlevania. Yeah. Luigi, dead. The other guy later on, concussion.
Yeah.
Implied death.
Yeah.
Well, if you paid attention to the trailer, he did come back.
The code to crack, though, if Deity and Luigi have already died in the subspace, they're with Ness. So Ness is the next one up for the jumping block.
Oh, poor guy. Just put your body in the robot suit and we'll be okay.
This is when we're going to announce the next Mega Man rep. But anyway, to talk about Simon, first off, I honestly believe the best third-party trailer we've gotten, in my honest opinion, beating out even Mega Man for me. Just the theming, the timing of it, just so good. So good.
Yeah, I think I'd have to agree.
I mean, I still want to say Mega Man was just a little bit better, but Castlevania took so much and went so far with it that I do not blame anybody that would think it's the best of the third-party trailers. it had this great presentation, and then it shows the stage. It shows some of the enemies that are going to be in the stage. It shows the boss fight. It shows our first third-party Echo, Richter.
Now this surprised me.
I think first let's talk about Simon and then go on to Richter, because I feel like Richter might be a lot longer just to talk about them. I love how Simon is pretty much his classic self. I was really worried that they were going to go with that like red hair and black kind of costume that they've been going with for the past few years whenever they show Simon, but I love it's just the NES look. Pretty much his Super Castlevania 4 look with his Castlevania 1 colors, and I love it. And how like 80s rock hair metal band he is. It looks great. Sakurai, just redesign every NES character, just please. He does it too well.
Yeah, I like the barbarian look he's got going.
Yeah. Simon, the barbarian.
And I love that they made his default weapon the chain whip instead of the leather whip. Because let's face it, you have the chain whip far longer in Castlevania.
And it's gonna hurt more.
Goodbye, Corin.
Yeah. Which I have the Smash Wiki up for reference material in this, and I love with his render pose. So first off, the ultimate renders have been fantastic. What I love about this one, it's pretty much just the other side of the Castlevania 1 cover. Just the whip is in the other place at this point.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. And for me, they nailed the Belmont strut. Like, for me, his walking animation is so on point. I love it. The art, like, it looks manly, but you're goofy at the same time. I love it.
We also tried doing this conversation with Cartoon Gamer, and he brought up the possibility, can he still do the moonwalk?
Yeah, if he goes on stairs, can he do that?
Just might beat out the Mega Man foot.
Yeah, the Mega Man.
Maybe.
And I love he can still do the stupid whip dangly thing from Castlevania 4. Like,
I called that years ago with Sheik in the What If They Were in Brawl series.
It's just a Sheik whip, but a lot cooler in my opinion.
Oh yeah, a lot more useful too.
Yeah. And there's something also about his animations and stuff like me, especially the throwing of the axe just looks like there's so much weight behind it. That's what I love about like the animations with like Simon and Cloud, and why I think they're some of the best like looking characters in the game right now. It's just because their animations look like they hurt, and I love it.
I mean, was anybody really surprised about Simon's moveset? I mean, it just seems so predictable. The only thing that caught me off guard was the uppercut.
Yeah, which is taken from Richter. A lot of things in Simon's moveset are taken from Richter. A lot more.
But who's really echoing who?
Well, I mean, I'm not too familiar with Castlevania. I mean, I've seen some videos. But now, after this, I think I might need to go play it. I've got the SNES Classic. I can play Super Castlevania.
You see, I put this out on Twitter like a few days ago. Like, if Konami was smart for this Halloween, they would get a Castlevania collection going like immediately, because now a lot of people are interested in Castlevania because of this reveal.
And look at all the love they put into it. 34 tracks.
Why? Castlevania music is great, but like, what? How do they get this much representation when it's basically a dead franchise at this point? Why?
Because they said all the music composers are big fans of Castlevania, and they jumped at the chance.
Yeah.
And I guess Konami's just like, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And they did.
Yeah.
I would have been so, like, confused as to why Castlevania got this much going for it if it wasn't for Source Gaming putting out there, rate that character as Simon Belmont, saying that Castlevania had an impact on Sakurai when he was growing up, or, like, getting into development. Sakurai put it in because he's a huge fan and he's a fanboy, and when Sakurai's a fanboy, everybody wins.
Yeah, I mean, let's transition into Richter and then get into all the other stuff with Castlevania. I think Richter was an incredibly smart choice for an Echo. Personally, though, it's hilarious in reaction videos. You can so tell, kind of weed out who's actually a Castlevania fan when they say they love Simon and are a huge Castlevania fan, and then have no idea who Richter is. It's just like, okay, I see you, and I'm like one of the few that actually knew who he was. But Richter is really smart because I feel like, one, he kind of represents the Metroidvania side of Castlevania, while Simon is kind of more classic, and the two designs are very unique from one another, so each of them stand out in that kind of way, and both work really well for Smash, and most of Simon's moveset is coming from Richter, being perfectly honest.
Yeah, I have no issues with Richter. I think this is great because it gives us, it does tell us that third parties can have echoes.
Yeah.
Please, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
Well, we could always talk. I think we're all thinking of the one sane character right now, anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can bring it up later. But let's go over the new characters, the new echoes that they just showed right after him.
Yeah, I guess while we're on the train of echoes, yeah. We'll get back to the other Castlevania love in just a little bit, but I guess since we're on the subject, the first one up, Crom, who is pretty much the only Fire Emblem character that I think could put in that everybody's okay with at this point.
Yeah, we all had a good laugh at Crom, but he's in and he deserves it.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to. And if the Palutena Codec or whatever it is, Palutena's guidance comes back, they have to fix that.
Yeah, I
Please
put out that
have him roast Viridi. Please, that's all I want.
I put out that tweet, it blew up where it just Viridi says, plus you and Ike are so similar, no point of having two characters that are the exact same, right, literally, as an echo of Roy. Plus, you don't have an 8 for recovery move like Ike literally has Ike's 8.
It's like, no,
wow.
you get your chance now. No, he said another day, and it's another day.
It's another day.
What I love about Crom being introduced in this fashion is that he's what I call a double echo.
Yeah.
And I've always pictured that they would do Dixie Kong like this. Like, she would share moves from DK and Diddy Kong.
Yeah, like, honestly, for Dixie, it could just be a reanimation of Donkey Kong up B, but,
exactly.
But to Crom, a few things from the wiki, we can already tell that from being a Roy Echo, and having the Falchion, like, Lucina, the damage is going to be all even across the board, which means he's a Roy that can space. That excites me. Because, but the other thing that's going to be really bad is because he has Aether and not no Ike side B. Roy has one of the notoriously worst fall speeds in the game, as well as air movement speed. So he basically has no horizontal recovery, at all. He just has the side air dodge, and that's literally it.
And for me, the two things I really love about Crom being in is that, one, it's the cool thing is that he isn't an echo to Ike.
Yeah.
And then, since he has, Ike's up B, he's the most unique echo fighter out of all of them so far. Which
gets me excited for what other echo fighters could be in terms of it, because I've always kind of wondered what some of the characters do. They lean more to the Lucina or Crom side, or do they lean more to the Dark Pit side, where they are like the other characters but have different properties, or they literally just are the same character with...
Speaking of which, here's Dark Samus.
This is where my friend Austin just kind of blew up our microphone in our reaction, because he's wanted Dark Samus since Brawl. And yeah, this echo makes way too much sense. Plus, also, the first American character to ever get in Smash as a playable character, which is surprising it's taken this long.
I just hope, I don't know if they've shown off the move yet, but I would really, really like it if the down smash was actually her assist trophy with the vines
that'd be
that she had.
Nice.
Please, just keep that one move. You already have it programmed, please!
Yeah, so going off of the Smash Wiki, a few things we can notice from her is, one, she has a regular roll, unlike Samus, who goes into her Morph Ball. She'll have a regular dodge, so that's probably meaning it's faster, which automatically makes her better than Samus just by default for that alone. And then, for animation changes and stuff like that, her final smash is actually really resemblant of Hyper Mode from Metroid Prime 3, and her charge shot, which I love, is that she all does it with one hand, with just her gun arm, which is fantastic.
Oh, and you've seen the victory animation,
That
right?
is
I love
sick.
that.
That is sick.
That's how you do an Echo character, right?
Yeah.
Besides Crom.
Yeah.
Of course.
Which I just love all the detail on Dark Samus's costume because, you know, with Samus, they're still going off of the Metroid Other M one. But with Dark Samus, I feel like the adjustments are just right to make it not feel as much like the Other M model and feel a little bit more like Samus Returns. It looks a little closer to it, which is kind of what I was wanting. So I'm Dark Samus all the way when I play them now.
I mean, yeah, like I did a video on potential Echo Fighters, and yeah, this is pretty much what I expected from Dark Samus. Just all the phase-on stuff.
Yeah, I was saying the exact same thing. All they had to do was just change it to make it look like Phase-On. No problem.
Yeah.
And I love just her floating, just the floating.
Yes. I love her
It gives
floating.
that creepy sense to it.
I love the like skeleton arm that she has as well. Just so many animation changes I feel like are just making Dark Samus honestly one of the coolest Echoes in the game right now. But
And then I think that's it for the Echoes, at least. Oh, except for the Echo selection, you can now minimize the character select screen by just having the Echo character be selectable, like on the character they're based on.
that is such a Sakurai thing. Like that is absolutely something Sakurai would do. It does not affect the game at all, but he just does it because he can.
I mean, I'm probably gonna have them all just have their own spot anyway. So
Yeah, because I need to see how ridiculous this roster looks. Though my one fear is that it's sounding like they're going to organize the fighters by their fighter number, which I'm kind of hoping that we can also organize it by series, because it's gonna really look weird when I have all the 64 characters there and then Dark Samus. Like, what? I'm pretty sure you didn't exist in that era.
I mean, who knows? They may give us the option to customize the character select screen.
Ooh.
Just put whoever you want wherever you want.
I hope so, because otherwise it's just going to be that one clone that like clone row from Smash 4, but all
The whole entire Echo row.
Yeah, it's just
led by the characters who started as Echoes and worked their way up.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the Echoes. To move back to Castlevania and all the love that stage and everything from that is getting.
Alright, slight detour because it will move on to the next subject. Castlevania gets so many bosses. It's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know how many of them are actually bosses, how many of them are going to affect it, because I think we only saw Death technically affected with the fighters. But with Dracula, that might be a separate boss fight, judging by the stage, because it doesn't...
Yeah, it said like Dracula will show up, but under what conditions? We're not sure yet.
It's like when they showed the Dracula boss, it's like a big, long, flat platform, like with just the edges. But it's not like a floating platform like the actual stage. So I'm like, how is this gonna work? Is this the actual stage, or is this that mode that you're hinting at?
Some kind of boss mode in this game, I definitely know. No, it just judging by that and and jumping ahead, but the Raphael stage is very similar. We're getting something with bosses having their own mode.
I really missed that in Brawl.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we'll get to that subject later, though.
Yeah, but
I way
just
too far
love,
to the future.
I love all the detail in this Castlevania stage, and it's actually kind of funny because in Project M, there's been a Castlevania stage in there for pretty much since the beginning of that project. So it's just kind of, Dracula's Castle has just been kind of instinctively in the back of my head as a Smash Brothers stage for the longest time, but seeing it in this detail is just fantastic. And I think for me, my favorite part of the entire stage is when it does the thunder and you just see Dracula's shadow on the wall. It's just like, yeah, that's Castlevania, all right.
Oh, don't forget about the mysterious boss that's also
Why
there.
Why is Kid Dracula here? That I don't understand. I want to see what they do with him, because that is a weird reference to bring up.
I didn't even know that was a thing, so that's a real nice touch. You had to dig deep for that, Sakurai.
Game, let's just say that.
Go in or go home. Put in everything.
It's hilarious to me that Konami now has the most reps. We went from wondering if Snake was even gonna come back to now Konami has the most third-party representation if we want to throw Bomberman into that too.
And Bandai Namco still only has one.
Yeah.
Okay, so Besides the fact that you can actually like the items you can get by knocking or by hitting candlesticks. That's so cool.
I love that. I love that so much. And then the a la carte assist trophy is another. I'm loving the assist trophies in this game because there's way more work put into them, I feel, than once in the past. And with a la carte in particular,
absolutely.
I love him because he so is representing Symphony of the Night. Like, he pretty much has all of his transformations except the wolf being played out in there, as well as he can do backdashing and all of that. It's a super nice looking assist trophy.
And they even said he's going to be like one of the toughest ones to KO.
Yeah, probably just the most
He himself
HP.
is going to feel like a little boss.
Yeah, he's going to have the most, one of the most HP pools of any of them.
And that's if you can actually get the right timing to kill him.
Yeah. I feel like, judging by Symphony of the Night stuff, you could probably do mostly aerial attacks on him, like go for hit him on his head or stuff like that, so...
Hello everyone and welcome to Smash Chat. Today we have WiiDude83
What's up?
and the Chaos Key.
Everybody?
I think it cut your your mic
cut you
off
out.
there.
Oh, it always cuts me out for some reason when I'm in a call.
It's alright, you could just say it again.
Buddy.
It did it again! What's going on here?
I don't know. I mean, you can hear me now, right?
We can hear you, but for some reason it just says body.
It just doesn't want me to say hi, everybody.
Okay,
Great blooper, great blooper.
Just take that and edit it, no one will know the difference.
Yeah.